Hi, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are. This is Diane Martino from Art and Soul, Creative Healing Practices, and of course, Creative Whales for wellness, happiness, and healing, because we're always happy when we're healing. Art and Ascension, love, right? I always say we love love, life, living, energy, enthusiasm, and of course, our soul and our sovereignty and our spirit. So that's why I come to you today. I want to talk to you about how to really connect with your spirit by having a regular practice. What do I mean by a regular practice? Every day we do the same thing. I mean, every day we get up and brush our teeth. Most people get up every day and have a cup of coffee. I don't drink coffee. I do drink tea, green tea, white tea, something energetically good for me, and it helps my immune system. So we want to create practices that help us benefit ourselves, that are for wellness, healing and health, ascension, life, energy, and our soul and spirit, for whales, right? So yeah, so what kind of practice do you do daily that is of benefit to you? Or maybe what kind of practice do you do that maybe you can eliminate, right? Maybe you, I don't know who does, I know a lot of people do this. I see it when I'm in the supermarkets. Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking processed, bottled things. All they are mostly are sugar and water. I live somewhere where people get things delivered, and all they're doing is having sugared water bottles delivered to their house. I think it's kind of funny. So a practice, a helpful practice. I've done lots of videos here on breathing. You know, maybe you have a breathing practice that you do for 15 or 20 minutes every morning as part of your meditation. Or maybe 10 minutes of breathing and 10 minutes of meditation. I think that's a great practice to get into. I've started to practice the past couple of months where I spend 55 minutes in meditation and an hour yoga practice. So the yoga sometimes is stretching, strengthening, holding asanas, connecting with myself. So I spend about 2 hours a day, about 5 to 6 days a week, at least 6 days a week, 5 to 7 days a week, connecting with myself. What do I feel? I was away for the weekend working the New Life Expo, so I didn't have my own space to do that practice in. But I did get up and stretched and spent about a half an hour stretching and meditate. First I meditated and then some stretching, because we have to move the body. We have to get the lymph system going. So yoga does get the lymphatic system going, or walking. It's a little cold here in the Northeast all of a sudden. And yeah, so yoga, I can do that in my room, in my bedroom, in my living room or kitchen. I prefer my bedroom. I keep my altar area where I keep my crystals, you know, and have a sacred place for you to go for a half an hour a day, maybe 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. Maybe have a practice where you do not eat after 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock, 5 days a week, or intermittent fasting. So that's what I do. I mentor people depending on what they need to help with their ascension, help with their progression in life, and to better themselves. I've been practicing different things for the past, probably my whole life, but really for the past 23 years since I'm doing yoga. And I think it's really important that we have a regular practice, something that anchors us. Now, I'm the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, which is about grounding, and the times that we're living through right now, we really need to ground ourselves. We need to tune, and what grounding yourself does, it allows you to look inside for the truth, for what we believe is the truth, what our truth is, not to go along with the crowd. So having a regular practice of some sort, maybe you go out in nature for a walk. Maybe you walk to work, or maybe you walk to the bus stop. Make that your practice and make it a walking meditation, or focus on your breathing or something like that. That's what I help people do. See what works for them, what fits into their lifestyle, and what gives them peace of mind. Okay. So yeah, having a regular practice is seriously important. Listening to yourself, listening to your true self, your higher knowing, because you know what to do. Did you ever do something and you're like, I really shouldn't do this? I've done that before. And usually the part that said you really shouldn't do this was the part that was right. So we learn by our mistakes, and hopefully we don't choose to do them again, and we listen. Like one example, sometimes if I have a glass on the counter and I say, if I don't move this, I'm going to knock it over because I'm doing something else. So I move it, because I've learned from the times that I didn't move it, I knocked it over and I had water all over the place. And then it took me longer to do the something else that I was doing. So I was like, oh, I can do this. But there's that little voice that comes in that tells you whatever it tells you. It's kind of like when the same message keeps coming to you, or you keep seeing the same book that always shows up. I call it the book fairy. If a book shows up and then it shows up again and then it shows up again, or you see it online or somebody tells you about it, that's the universe telling you, read that book. There's something in that book you need to hear. Okay. So yeah, having a regular practice helps you get in tune with your deeper self. It cuts out all the outside noise. You know what it's like to be quiet. And for me, the biggest thing about having a regular practice is it gives me the time to actually feel my body, feel myself. And I always talk about chakra color consciousness. Am I feeling discomfort in my lower back or in my shoulder, arms, or the throat chakra? Yeah. Or be careful or pay attention to what you're doing, because sometimes you do things mindlessly and something happens. You're not in the moment. You're not in your body. You're, instead of here, your energy is forward. So when your energy's forward, it's not being present with where you are in the moment. And that's really important. Or sometimes you're thinking about the past or something that happened and you're not here in the moment. So having a regular practice, a daily practice, at least 5 days a week, going to the gym is fine. But if you're not mindful, I see people watching TV, walking on the treadmill. I see people in the park with their cell phones, talking on their cell phone. They are not present. They're on the phone. They're on the TV. They're not here in the body, the subtle bodies, the astral bodies, the physical body. So being present with yourself, sometimes it's very hard for people to be present with themselves. Yeah, we just want to block things out. That's why people overeat, overshop, overspend, lots of other things, right? Trying to avoid this vehicle. I always said, and I said in my last video, sometimes we spend more time paying attention to our car than we do to our body and what's going on in our body, right? So having a daily practice, having a daily practice. I get up 2 hours early, unless I have an early day at work, and then I give myself a half an hour and a half an hour because I have to stretch. I have to stretch the body, warm it up, limber it up, and for me, that's really important being a yoga therapist. And then I discover things as I'm practicing that I can share with people. When I was younger, I used to actually go to my yoga classes. I used to do Ashtanga yoga when I was in my 40s. I didn't start yoga till I was in my 40s. And I used to do Ashtanga at 7 a.m. and then go to teach 3 classes at the hospital. That's what I did. So I'm not there anymore, but I am practicing again, and it's really benefiting me, and it gives me insight. Sometimes downloads come. If you don't know what a download is, you can message me and find out. Downloads are information that come from the universe that we know possibly from our future self or possibly from source. So lots of amazing things happen when we have a daily, regular practice. And what you'll start to find is when you don't do your practice, your day's not quite the same. It's like did you ever walk out of the house and forget to brush your teeth? It's like the most unsettling thing in the world. It's happened to me once in a while, and it's all I can, all of a sudden I go, oh my God, and that's when I'm not in the present moment. So we have regular routines. Like every morning I put my patches on, my X39. I put it on every day and take it off every night. And that's part of my regular routine. They help me grow younger. They help to activate the copper peptides in my body. So they give me more energy so I can get up and do 2 hours of practice in the morning. So what are you doing for your daily practice? Would you like some suggestions? Give me a call. We'll have a conversation. Depending on your lifestyle. One thing I do want to say, people say, well, I don't have time. You have time to sit around and do the phone, watch a TV show, if you still watch TV. You have time to sit around and just daydream. Instead of daydream make it a practice. Make each thing you do in your day purposeful. Purposeful. I'm going to purposefully relax for 2 hours. That's fine. But that's the purpose. You're not going to be on the phone. You're not going to be on the computer. You're not going to be on any kind of electronic. You're going to disconnect because these electronic devices have interesting consequences. But I'm not going to get into that. So in the link, in the comments below, let me know what your daily practice is, something that you do 5 to 7 days a week, every day, that makes you feel better, that uplifts you. That's what meditation is. It's concentrated focus, uplifting, and positive. So we want to do something uplifting and positive every day. If we're doing that, we're creating new neural pathways in our brain. We're canceling out anything that's not positive. Okay. So there's so many practices I could name right now, but I'd like to hear what yours are. And if you need a suggestion, give me a call. We'll have a conversation, or I can work with you and mentor you on different things. I've been practicing for years. There's mantras, there's breathing practices, and keep a journal. In the beginning, keep a journal. Okay. I write it in I have a date book. So I write it in my date book every day, what I do every morning for my practice. And I highlight them in orange, how long I do them for. And usually I'll take off on a Friday, or I'm not a Friday, a Saturday or a Sunday, sometimes a Friday, but mostly a Saturday or a Sunday. I'll just take off And I'm back to it first thing Monday morning. And then take off maybe, usually it's Saturday. So let me know what you do. What's your daily practice? What keeps you grounded? What keeps you focused in the moment? And what helps to create positive, uplifting chemicals and neural pathways in your body? There's a reason we do this, not just because it feels good. There's physiological reasoning. So let me know what you do. I will see you all soon. Thank you so much for coming, watching the video till the end, and please comment, like, share, and make sure you subscribed. Okay, because I want to go live one day and you need a certain amount of subscribers. So thanks for coming by. I wish you love, I wish you peace, and I wish you beauty. Om Shanti. Namaste. Loving you lots, loving you lots.